Diaz will share a quick idea. The Gemara in Masechet Nedarim says that מפני מה אין מצויים תלמידי חכמים לצאת תלמידי חכמים מביניהם. We find Torah scholars and very righteous people, but their children don't necessarily follow their ways. And the sages, all the way in the time of the Gemara, were perplexed. Why is it that if you lead a life of worship to Hashem, close to Hashem, why is it that you find that your children may not follow your ways? It should be a very simple equation, that they should really follow the ways of their parents. And he says, more than one reason, according to Rav Yosef, so that people shouldn't say, or these children shouldn't say, that the Torah is an inheritance. They don't have to work for it. They don't have their own input. They'll say, listen, my parents are righteous, my parents are good. Then, just like they leave me my genetic values, they'll also leave me or inherit onto me Torah values. That you cannot say that Torah ina Yerusha, the Torah is not an inheritance. You have to make your own Torah values. You build it within yourself. So it also goes the other way. If somebody grew up in a home where they were not raised to traditionally or with Torah or studying Torah or coming to Bet Knesset, they can get up and do it on their own because it has nothing to do with intergenerational transmission. Rav Sheshet says, he says, if you have children and grandchildren and the whole family is parnasim ala tzibur, the whole family are the ones leading the congregation, sometimes maybe it could overtake the family and they could take it to wrong places, and therefore we don't want too many generational connections within a family. Kadosh Baruch Hu will allow families to have some generations, couple generations that will be chachamim and rabbis and leaders, but not too much. And then there's another one by Rav Jutra, mipnei she'en mitgabrim al hatzibur. They also saw back then that it just gets out of hand. And this is very, very motivational. When Am Yisrael left Mitzrayim, we left Mitzrayim out of not receiving any education for many, many years. Yes, initially we had yeshivot in the city of Goshen, Yaakov Avinu and the tribes, and there was a lot of Torah, but eventually we drifted away. And when we were at the farthest point, that's when HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and picks us up, takes us out of Mitzrayim, and we were olim. We were coming up and going to a higher platform when at the lowest point to receive the Torah. Quick halacha, there is in the Shulchan Aruch says, there is a mitzvah, larutz litzvah mitzvah. When you're operating on mitzvah, doing anything, any mitzvah activity, not only the action of the mitzvah is praiseworthy, and that's what Hashem is looking for, but Hashem is looking to see our interest in what we're doing. And therefore, when you run and when you show that you are excited about what you're doing, that's another mitzvah in and of itself. And therefore, when we go to Bet Knesset, it's a mitzvah to run to the synagogue. The question is, and you get rewarded for the travel to the synagogue. The question is the travel with a car to a synagogue also something that you get rewarded for or not? And another question, if I'm in the synagogue and then I have to go, I forgot my tefillin or something, my telega in the car, and I have to come back and I'm taking more and more steps, is that also every one of those steps considered a mitzvah? Well, essentially, the schar psiyah, it's really the walking itself, and therefore when you park your car, try to park it like not at the door of the synagogue. Sometimes they have places like that, but try to pick up and get more mitzvot and more reward for the steps that you take. So from your car, from your home to your car, from your car to the synagogue, that's where you get the mitzvah. And also, if you're in the synagogue, and says you have to run to the synagogue, but when we leave the synagogue, we should not run. However, when you're leaving to get something from your car and coming back quickly, then that's not a issue, that's not a problem in running out of the synagogue. Amen. A beautiful day, everyone.